everyone. Welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. My name is Denise. At this channel, we discuss dating advice for women who are mature in age and in mindset. I am 64, never married, child-free, and I discuss my dating experiences with you. My dating goal is marriage, and I am currently involved in a relationship of a number of months. Today's video is about the invisibility of mature women. The invisibility that mature women feel when dating, or just as they travel the day-to-day. And I was in this place, I think I felt invisible in my late 40s, where I began to feel invisible. And I'm thinking I began to feel invisible around the time that I cut my hair this short. Like, I went from having hair shoulder length to having hair this length in a matter of a day. Like, I didn't have any in-between parts where, my hair was long and then I'd cut it to my shoulder and all of that. My hair just started breaking off. Like, I had hair down to here, and then it just started breaking off when I entered my late 40s, early 50s, and then I was constantly getting it trimmed. The ends would knot upon each other until finally it wouldn't grow past my shoulder without knotting. And I was getting trims like a couple of times a year, and it just wouldn't grow past my shoulder. And I got tired of it because I used to always wear my hair pulled back in a bun. And so my edges were beginning to thin because of pulling it back. And then I just decided to just cut it this short. And during that time period, before I cut my hair in 2016, so almost 10 years ago, I had begun to feel invisible around 45, 46. Between 45 and 50, I had begun to feel invisible. Like, men weren't looking my way with interest. I had gained some weight. So my highest weight was like 185. So though I weighed 185, people would say to me that I carry my weight well. However, I felt heavy. I felt heavy. So I decided that I needed to lose the weight because I was feeling invisible. I was feeling heavy, and I didn't like the way I looked. Though in my mind, I had begun to make myself satisfied. So there's this place where I was in between, where I knew I needed to do something different, like lose weight, yet I wasn't ready to do what it took to lose it. So I was making do, making myself feel like, well, I'm all right. I don't look bad. But when I look back at videos where I was weighing 185 and my hair was this short, at the time I made the video and saw the video, I was like, oh, okay, I look all right. But now when I look at those videos, I'm like, you look heavy, you look big. And I wasn't wearing makeup. That was another thing. So I was 185. My hair was this short, and I wasn't wearing makeup. Though I wore dresses, and I had just given up on makeup. I was tired of pretending, like getting made up. You know how you are in your 20s and your 30s and your 40s. You're still wearing makeup. You still care about the way you look. You're conscious of your weight. I had just thrown all of that out the window. It's like, I'm getting up. I know I need to lose some weight. I always wore dresses, so I was buying a bigger size. My largest size dress was a 12. I was buying a size 12 when I would walk upstairs, because my job at the time, I had a choice of taking the stairs or using the elevator. So on the days that I did take the stairs, I was winded, by the time I finished the first 10, got to the first landing. So you know how you walk upstairs like 10 to 12 stairs, and then there's a landing, and then you walk up the rest. Well, I need to move over, y'all. So hopefully some people let me over. Thank you. So I would walk up the stairs, like 10 or 12 stairs, and I was winded, and I didn't like the way that felt. And so I had made myself okay with the way I looked, but I really wasn't truly deep down happy. I was making myself content with the way I looked because I didn't want to do anything else. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, where you make yourself content with the way that you look and the way things are because you really don't want to do anything else. But then, so that was 10 years ago when I cut my hair. So that was 2016. Was it 2016? Yeah, that was 2016 when I cut my hair. And then in 2019, that's when Shira71 came into my YouTube feed, and she started talking about gold digging. And I started listening to her and just taking bits and pieces of what she was saying and saying, can I do that? Can I do that? No, I can't do that. So then I was like, okay, you need to lose weight. You need to start wearing makeup. You need to wear brighter colors, because I was already wearing dresses. I just needed to brighten it up to complement my skin, and also my body type. I needed to wear, and I pretty much knew what my body type was. I'm a pear-shaped or hourglass. So depending on what measurements somebody's using, I'm either a pear or an hourglass. So I already knew my style, but I knew that I needed to do something different if I wanted to be visible and attractive to men. And that's where losing the weight came in, and that's where wearing makeup came in. So I changed my mindset by starting with the outer, my exterior, my physical appearance, and then I worked on my mental. So some of you may work on your mental, and then you work on your exterior or your physical, and then some of you may do both at the same time. But I just worked on the outside first, getting more comfortable with my hairstyle, trying to find the right hairstyle. All of the swoopity swoop stuff that I'm doing now, I did this year, but I was not really, curling the sides and trying to soften my edges so that the hairstyle didn't look so stark and sharp. So I softened it up with these swoopity swoops this year. And just really being more positive about my style and my looks, and just being willing to experiment to get the right hairstyle for this length, and experimenting with different lip colors and blush and shadow and stuff like that. So yeah, just trying to get more in tune with that. So that helped with my invisibility with men. Then I became visible. Then I became visible with men and started to get attention from them. Started to get attention from men and get dates. And I told you that I always did the, what do you call it? The online thing. Always did that. And I would be on and off, on and off, on and off. And the dates and relationships that I ultimately had, I didn't get from online dating. I got them from meeting the men in person. My last relationship I went dancing and I met him there. And this place was like for mature people. Like you saw 40 and 50 and 60-year-old men and women at this place. And then this most recent relationship, I met him at a friend's acquaintance's Christmas party. Yeah, I met him at an acquaintance's Christmas party. So still, I met the relationships and the men in the relationships in person at social events. I didn't meet and these were quality men. Quality men I met in person. Online, not so much. Online dating has not worked for me. So, to combat invisibility, you have to work on your exterior, your mindset, and flirt with men, which is smiling at them while you look into their eyes for at least 5 seconds. 5 seconds and smiling. That's it. And that's how I turn things around and working on my mindset. So I didn't wait till my mindset was like completely in place. I did it from the outside inside. I worked from the outside inside because I knew I could change quickly my exterior faster than I could my mindset. I have to cough, excuse me. I'm sorry. You know, one of those tickles where you can't, like, you just must cough. So that was it for me. That's how I did it. That's how I combated invisibility regarding men. I just changed the outside and worked on my mindset, and I still have to work on my mindset, but it's all good. It's all good. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click on the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.